Hello, I'm Fay Davies, Business Development Manager at Plymouth Science Park. We're celebrating this year's World Space Week theme of Women in Space by speaking to women who have taken space in space. So without further ado, I'll go into my rapid fire questions. So who are you?
So I'm Samantha Lavender and I'm the Managing Director of Pixalytics.
And what do you do, Sam?
So it's simple words, really. I guess I run Pixalytics, but really what I do behind that is my passion, which is working with satellite Earth observation data. So what most people would understand as what they see when they open Google Earth and look for their house or the car or something.
And where do you work? Where are you based?
So we're based at the Science Park, and we've been based at the Science Park now since 2012. So the whole time Pixalytics has existed as a company, and actually I was based there with another company. So, and even if we go back further, I've been based in Plymouth since I originally came to do my undergraduate degree.
It's hard to leave, I have to confess.
Yeah, never managed to escape.
So how did you get into your line of work?
So it was through my undergraduate degree, actually. I was doing marine science and computer applications, it was called. And then just in my third year, we had a guest come in and we did a little bit of remote sensing. And it was very, very little, only about three lectures at the time and a bit of practice. But it was really fascinating. And then I was lucky that a PhD came up at the university that I applied for and started doing a PhD in remote sensing. And then I've been working my way really around the organisations in Plymouth. So I worked at Plymouth Laboratory and the university, and then started to set up companies in the city.
So tell me about the impact your work is having.
The impact that we're trying to have, I think, as a company is really to get people to understand what these satellites in space can do and how it can help them. So we often get involved in conversations with people. They're saying, we would like to do X. Can satellites help? And then we get involved, and it's really so diverse, and that's part of the fun of it, really. I mean, it can be looking at the phytoplankton in the deep ocean. It can be looking at sustainable sand in Kenya. It can be looking at agriculture in Colombia. And that's one of the things I love about it, really, that it applies globally and to a huge number of sectors.
You've got the whole globe to go at, really, haven't you?
Yes, yeah.
So how can we encourage more women into space?
I think it's certainly improving, and I think space is getting better profile generally out there in the community. I mean, Landsat 9 launched on Monday, and it was certainly on the news bulletins, and NASA made a large press release about it. And if people look on Twitter, they will find a Twitter profile called the Ladies of Landsat. and it was a lady who originally designed the original Landsat instruments, and she was there to watch the launch of Landsat 9.
When did the first one go up?
So I've got to get this right now. I think it was the 1970s.
Cool. So what advice would you give to women interested in working in the space sector?
So I just get them to recognise that, you know, you can get all sorts of jobs in the space sector. It's like many other industries, but you also have the fun of being able to tell people you work in the space sector, really, which often sounds cool, even if what you're doing is maybe something you could be doing in another sector. And so there are increasingly courses, and even down in the southwest in Cornwall, there's a really burgeoning space sector and interest. And I think a lot of people don't know just how much there is going on behind the scenes most of the time. So, I mean, you can go to university and study courses. So you can study geography or physics or maths or computing, but you can also just apply for jobs and move into the sector through that route as well. So I think now it's on social media for space, and you'll start to see it out there. And once you do that, and also it becomes a bit of a I'm not sure what to call it, but it becomes something you can't ignore after a while. Once you know about it, you can't not watch the telly and see it crop up. And you start realising it's all around you.
I love the idea of your space addiction. Sam, thanks so much for doing this.